Hello, this is John, otherwise known as Tyrillian, otherwise known as Avalna, and I'd like to go over how we took down Saurfang the other night in 10-man. The basic key to this fight is trying to limit how much blood power Saurfang receives through the course of the fight. At about 35 or 40 seconds, and every 35 to 40 seconds thereafter, Saurfang will call two blood beasts to join into the fight.
Feast my minions.
Your DBM monitors will tell you when those blood beasts are being called, and tanks and melee DPS should stop AoE damage before they pop up. The reason why is you want the range damage to pick them up. It's the range DPS's responsibility to take down these blood beasts. They usually put down any slowing mechanisms they have available to them. The hunter you see here is using Frost Trap to do that. And if necessary, to kite them around, to actually walk them around. You don't want to get bitten by these guys, because every bite, every melee damage that one of these guys does to you, one of these little lads, will add blood power to Saurfang and get that count rising. You can tank Saurfang where he stands, right on the base of the stairs there. What he does to the tanks is cast something called R.O.O.N of Blood. That debuff leeches health whenever he smacks you. So when you get the R.O.O.N of Blood cast on you, if you're a tank, you should call for it to be taunted off by the other tank. Because of the way he does damage like that, some raids like to actually have discipline priests, because if they can prevent any melee damage coming in, there's no blood power that's being given to Saurfang. Saurfang randomly casts a dot called Boiling Blood on a random member of the party. It just ticks off on damage and has to be healed through. Not that bad. The other thing that he has that is a little more serious is Blood Nova, which explodes outward from a random target. It's one of the reasons why we're so spread out in the area here.
Feast my minions.
Our raid makeup was 2 healers, 2 tanks, 4 range DPS, and 2 melee DPS. I believe they were a rogue and a death knight. As far as our range DPS, we had, as you can see on the screen, we had a boomkin, a hunter, an elemental shaman, and a warlock. The hunter and the elemental shaman pretty much stayed in the center, while on either side of the platform we had the boomkin and the warlock.
Feast my minions.
That's still recharging.
One of the reasons that you don't want Saurfang to get 100 blood power is that once he gets that much, he casts a debuff called Blood of the Fallen Champion on a random raid member. This person will begin taking pretty massive damage, so much so, in fact, that chances are you're going to need to assign a healer just to that person at this phase of the fight. In our particular case, the Mark of the Fallen Champion happened to fall on a priest, which made healing this rather difficult towards the end. And you'll see that priest, the one in the back, get hit with it right now. Another reason you want to keep that marked person healed is because if he does happen to die, Saurfang will regain 5% of his health. Once Saurfang reaches 30%, he'll gain the Berserk buff, which will cause his attack speed to increase by 30%. So if you have heroism, that's the time to use it. And unfortunately, at this point, the damage was a little too high coming in, and our priest died.
Your soul will find no redemption here. Feast my minions.
Fortunately, due to some excellent DPS, we managed to have him down low enough so even that death didn't affect us too much, and we eventually took him down.
I am released.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope it's been a help, and goodbye.